Kaizer Chiefs have been offered 16 million rands by the Polokwane municipality. Nazruddin Nabi has revealed what to expect from the new signings, if anything at all, and that includes mostly Asanele Velepai and Luke Badman. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I'm your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. So let's get into the most important part of this video, and it's the fact that Kaizer Chiefs have been offered 16 million to host some of their home matches at Polokwane municipality. Now this has been published not just by, on my chance. I think I saw the story first time on ENCA, and that is a lot of money, thinking about Kaizer Chiefs and thinking about the fact that they want to have money. Of course, they're a business, right? But I've also had the players themselves. I've also seen Chiefs play 3 games at FNP, not conceding a single goal. Yes, they did the same thing in Cape Town, scoring 2 goals, not conceding a goal. And I hear them saying we want to make FNP Stadium a fortress. Now, for someone who's in Polokwane and would like to see Kaizer Chiefs live, thinks me, a guy who lives in Gauteng, saying that having 2 home stadiums probably does not make sense, makes me seem like I'm just a guy who's trying to have matches in Gauteng and not have them any other place. But that's not true, because we all know that pitches are not made the same, right? The length, even if it's the same, the feel of the pitch, the atmosphere, not in terms of the fans being there, but just being used to playing in this type of pitch. Some people are used to playing in bad pitches or just mid-level pitches, and the boots that they wear, everything that they do, they know. Ulilepo knows at FNP, when I'm about to reach that corner, I cut in. There the grass, as much as the pitch is well done, but it's, he knows how to maneuver. But now he has to do that at Polokwane. He has to do that at FNP. For me, I never and I will never understand the idea of taking games to multiple cities just because you want to take the game to the people. What advantage do you have? Footballing wise, let's not bring emotions into this. Do you see Liverpool saying, oh no, we also have some fans in I don't know, in Manchester, whatever, or we have some fans in Manchester? I know that won't happen, but they don't, right? Because it's about the fact that you must have your advantage at your own pitch. So I think that football has to take priority, but then we know that's not going to happen, and we will still go to Polokwane to watch those games, because that's what Chiefs are going to decide. But let's talk about Nazruddin Nabi, because I also get offended on his behalf, because I was reading this article and it was him saying that I thought the first question would be, how is my wife, and all of that stuff. Shame on you, South African journalists, if your first question wasn't about how is your wife. What is wrong with you? Like, why would a coach have to say, why did you not ask me about my wife? The man just came back from home after his wife was in an accident that put her in ICU, and your first question is, hey, you have 10 new signings. These journalists, honestly. But anyways, the other things that he outlined, number 1, were the fact that we must be patient with the new signings, and on top of the fact that Marco and Monyane have already impressed, you see that they're doing well. He's saying that it's too early. He says that it's too early to measure value of recruits. And I like the fact that he said that, because they've hit the ground running. Umako, Monyane. Who else? Another new signing was hit the ground running. Aboshinga, they haven't played like, official matches yet. But I think that even Hugo Bruce said the same thing when they asked him about Monyane. He said that, he's doing very well. He's close to the level that we want him to be in. But on top of that, if he continues like this, then he'll get a call-up, which to me makes sense, because some players get called up to the national team way too soon because there was hype around them at that time, and then they drop off, and then A coach like Bruce, once he drops you, he drops you. He needs to see consistency. I think that's one thing that people need to understand about Hugo Bruce. The reason why Umobi will likely be even in the squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is because he has seen him consistently doing the things, the basic things that he wants him to do. People don't like Umobi. Mobi plays for Isiwelele. It's not Chiefs, it's not Pirates, it's not Sundowns. So obviously, a lot of people don't watch him. And when they do watch him, they always looking for the negatives. It's like people when they're watching Umtetwa. He will win 25 balls and lose 4 of them. They will focus on the fact that he lost 4 and he made 6 back passes. Out of those 6 back passes, you'll find that only 2 were possible for him to pass forward passes. But since they've focused on the fact that he is now our new scapegoat, they will focus on him. So I think that even with Umobi, I'm not a Siwelele fan, but I know that he does the basics. And for a coach, if you have a player who can take instructions, that is a dream player to have. There are players who think they know better, who do. I'm not saying Munyan is the type of player, but you don't want an environment that's too unpredictable. Like imagine right now, he brings on Umdunyelo or Hugo Bruce, who I don't think is better than Munyane, by the way. But he's been monitoring about Umdunyelo because they've played as well for Bafana, the younger age groups, right? So he's been watching them. That is why when I said 2 months ago when Taboktel was called up to play for Ikosafa Cup, I was like, he should go because that's where Hugo Bruce looks at players. And in that interview, he confirmed that yes, indeed, in those Kosafa Cup matches, in those friendlies that people think mean nothing, that's where they look at players and they're like, okay, this one is a good one. Umbogazi, he did not play for the senior team before, but what he did, he played for the younger age groups, for the under 20. They looked at him and they were like, he's good enough. So he's now getting called up to the senior national team. So all of these small things, guys, it's I know Guti as a Chiefs fan, it offends people very fast because as much as we can say, let's put feelings out of this, people will never do that because they love Chiefs and their feelings go ahead most of the time. So it's a thing that I understand that people get angry, but I also get where Bruce comes from because the last thing you want is playing against Nigeria with 7 new players because now Chiefs is performing. So now let's play 4 Chiefs players. While Abomkwena, even though they've not played well, the season has not started well for Sundowns, they already know the culture of the team. They already know what's going on there. You don't want to come in and feel like you're coaching an entirely new team. You want continuity at the national team level. But another thing that the coach has said about specifically the players who've been signed is that, one, it's not just about quick fixes and short-term solutions, but it's about also building for the future. The future people, players that is mentioning there, is Velepa and Batman. And I did say this to people, don't expect Velepa, Batman to be starters for Kaizer Chiefs tomorrow or next week, this Saturday. They're still going to be slowly getting integrated to the team. You know why? Because you don't want to put them under too much pressure. Because fans, last week, they were hailing Taboktel, who is the best. Yesterday, he sucks. Last week, it was Holy Lepo must be benched. Yesterday, he's the best. So you cannot then put a player under that much pressure. You understand me? They are young, these boys. And then you can't throw them in the deep end with Kaizer Chiefs because people are going to say, oh no, give them an opportunity, see what they can give you. But what if they don't give you anything? Because as Nabi said, sometimes the players take time to adapt, and that is why they've signed players like Abo Mako, proven players with experience. That's why they've signed Abo Mabue, who have experience, who will just go in and be ready to play and perform. They know how to handle pressure already. So those ones can be used while the other one in the background are getting used to the culture, getting used to the environment, are given 10 minutes to play, 5 minutes to play, and then eventually 50, 10, 15, 20, 30, they can start a match now. But as it stands, the coach is saying that we must not be ready to judge players and think they are ready to start. But what do you guys think? Go check out this video where I was talking about how did Chiefs draw with Mamelodi Sundowns. It's on the card back. Go subscribe there. And also you can become a member of this channel by clicking the link that is on the first comment here, and you get some benefits. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals al pelo moy.